Hello guys, welcome back to episode number 4 of the Birmingham Save. And since you were last with me, we've played a lot of games. We are now 19 games into the championship season. The last time you were here, we played these three. We played Millwall, Preston and Coventry. Since then, 1 win, 1 draw and 3 losses. It's not been a great month. I've got to be perfectly honest. It hasn't been a good month. Yeah, it's not been good. We lost 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. We expected that, but then a 2-1 loss against Bristol City, not really good enough. Followed up though by a 4-1 win against Plymouth Argyle. Very important win. Goals from Harvey White, Longalo, Brett Sombalonga getting 2 in a row, and Mark Roberts. Then we'd get a 1-1 draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Probably should have converted it into a victory. Tyve Chong getting the only goal for us in that game. And then Izzy Brown made the game against Blackburn look a bit more competitive with a goal late on in the 89th minute. And then we couldn't convert another chance to win another game. We scored in the 10th minute. Mark Roberts getting on the score sheet again. He's actually been pretty good in front of goal. 2 goals this season from centre half. However, they went and scored twice as well. So it was a 2-1 win. So for them. So this is how the championship table stands. We've got 23 points from 19 games. It's not too bad. Today we'll get almost up to the middle part of the season as we face Reading, Watford and Rotherham. So let's get straight into this. First game then, against Reading. Reading are a team that have been struggling, down in 23rd in the Championship, and this is the team to face them. It's Baxter in goal, Colin, Long, Roberts and Longalo the back four, Patino and White the 2 in midfield, Chong, Brown and Aduzi behind Puri up top. Deeney has been out injured once again. I think, yeah, he picked it up last time you were here. Or just before last time you were here, maybe. Yeah, he's not been playing too well this season. So, Izzy Brown does come into the team. And Puri did also get an injury. Yeah, he's the guy that got injured. However, he is back from injury. He was back in the last game. Did actually have a really good run of form. Especially at attacking midfield. But I don't particularly want to be playing any of the other strikers we've got at the club, because none of them are really good enough. So, yeah, it's time to put an end to this poor run of form. We're away against Reading, but I do expect a victory. We will actually go positive for this game, as Reading get the game started here. McIntyre looking for Hugo Bueno. I believe that's the guy from Wolves. He's played quite a few minutes in the Premier League this season. Here's Bridcut. Ball in for Andy Carroll. And he's headed it just over. That's not too far away from Reading early on. They have the first chance of the game. And obviously they're going to be a danger through Andy Carroll up top. He's always going to be a danger man in the air. Here is Tom Ince with the free kick. Great save, not got away. And Tom Holmes makes it 1-0 on the 10-minute mark. It was a good save initially by Baxter, but he sort of palmed it straight into the path of Holmes. It was a good free kick. And, yeah, poor. And we are 1-0 down to a team who have been really poor this season. They've got 17. Well, they did have 14 points this season so far. So I don't think we shouldn't be losing this game. That's for sure. And at the moment, it looks like we are going to be, and we've been pretty horrendous in this performance so far. Here is Baxter. Now Long, White, Patino, Longalo, Adozi. Now Izzy Brown. Plays it through. Puri scores. And he's back on the score sheet. It's a good finish. And it's 1-1. It's just what we needed. We needed a good reply. Brilliant work by Brown at attacking midfield. And he's been really, really impressive in recent weeks. Adozie, good ball into him, but he had so much space. Picked out a lovely through ball to Puri, and the finish through the goalkeeper's legs and into the back of the net. And it is 1-1. And Reading playing a back seven, sorry. You could say. I mean, they've got 5 defenders and then they've got 2 defensive midfielders, so no wonder they struggled to create much in that first half. And we're going to say that to the boys. You've been the better side. Let's, keep that up. And hopefully we can find a goal early on in this second half and try and pull away from Reading with all 3 points. Here is Tommins going long. It's well won by Long in the air, and here is Chong. Ball over the top. It's a good ball. Yedum couldn't get there. Into the box now. And he points to the spot. And Tom McIntyre uses his hands on the ball. And it is a penalty. And it is going to be Harvey White to take it. And Tottenham loanee scores. And I thought it was saved by the Chelsea loanee in their goal. But Harvey White gets his second of the season. And he just got enough on that penalty. And as he's sort of gained the position in the team, he also gains a goal. And that is 2-1, just what we needed. We've definitely been the better side in this one. We will, however, make the changes that we should, which is, I think, Britt Assombalonga on the left. And Stephen Alzante, who's actually a new signing. I forgot to say about him. We can talk about him after this one. We'll get him in here, playing as the DLP. And Patino as a box-to-box on support on the left-hand side of the midfield. So going a bit more attacking, I suppose. But yeah, Stephen Alzate onto the pitch. He is a very, very talented footballer. Hasn't really shown it yet in our colours, but hopefully he will soon enough. But we've got to defend here as Andy Carroll takes the shot, hits the bar. It had a lot of power on it. Baxter would have never saved it. And we are lucky to get away with that one. Very, very lucky. Great strike by Andy Carroll. And probably should have been 2-2 with that one. Gonna make a few more changes here. And just try and see this game out. That's what we need to do. We'll get our own target forward on. Head away by Long here. Assombalonga gets it long, but can't find a teammate. Ball over the top now. Into the path of Dane Scarlett, who's just come off the bench, but Baxter has no issue in saving that one. So Dane Scarlett will bring something different to that Reading attack. Brings a bit of pace. And changing formation for Reading. They're trying to just get it up the pitch, but hopefully we can see this one through as we get to the final minutes. And there we go. 2-1 win. That's just what we needed. It wasn't the best win I've ever seen, but we needed a win. We needed to get back on track this season, and we have. Against a poor Reading side. And 26 points now we're on after 20 games, which puts us 10 points above QPR, who are in the relegation zone. 10 points clear. With almost half the season done, that is a good place to be. Very, very good place to be. Harvey White has picked up a knock in that game, though. I think Gardner will probably come in. Yeah, so Alzate joined on a free transfer. Last season was playing for Standard Liège. He's a 4-star current ability, 4.5-star potential player. Very, very good. Yeah, very impressive footballer. Can play anywhere down the right. On the left, he can play basically anywhere. He can play anywhere through the middle. So it made a lot of sense to bring him in. Can do a lot of jobs that we need him to do. And he is also a Colombian international. So very good footballer. Now let's get into Watford at home. Well, it's time to face Watford. Baxter starting goal. Colin, Brian, Rekic and Longalo the back four. Mishu and Gardner the two in midfield. Chong, Brown and Alzate behind. Puri up top. Hogan and James both come onto the bench. Harvey White drops out due to injury. Adozi's on a break because he needed one. And Deeney drops off the bench. Long will actually come onto the bench because he's more fit than Roberts, which I didn't realise. So, hopefully we can get a decent result in this game. Lots of changes, but yeah. Let's go and do this. Keep the faith in the team. Here we go. And hopefully we can get a good result in this one. Against a very, very decent Watford side. Here is Gardner. Can he take the shot on here? He did. It's blocked. And now Pedro. Looks like he could be going to Brighton in real life, but he's still at Watford in the game. And plays it back to Mario Gasper. And now Cleverly. And here is Pedro. Loser. Through to Sarr, and he's put it just wide. Probably should have hit the target there. And they're also playing a back six. So these teams in this league love a back five with a defensive midfielder or two. And it is quite difficult to break it down, playing this, I'd say, more open system to a lot of teams in this league. But this is the way we should be playing football. Here's Sarr, and it's 1-0. And he is far too good for the Championship. That's for certain. We already know that. And I mean, Baxter's got to do better. Brian's got to do better. Colin's got to do better. As is Rekic. But it is 1-0. It's what we expected. We expected to get took to the sword here against a Watford side that are much better than us on paper for sure. You know, they've got two really, really good strikers. They've got a couple of really good midfielders as well. So I did expect us to get beat. They've definitely got the overwhelming quality. As Gardner shoots just over the bar. Probably should have been hitting the target there. Watford now coming forward. Here is Davies. Now Sarr. He's in again. He's hit the post. And it's cleared away. And I was going to say we could be in, but they've got, what, 6 players back already? No wonder we're struggling. I mean, they've got so many defenders. And, yeah, I mean, we're trying to break down 6 players with a team made up of players that are only just good enough for our division against a team of players who have played in the Premier League before. So it's going to be tough, but Puri scores! Maybe that's how we've got to do it. Through the air, Longalo, great ball in, and Puri with a bullet header past the goalkeeper. Just what we needed. Watch it again. It was laid off beautifully, and that is a fantastic header. Couldn't have headed it any better. And that levels the game. We owe them for what they did to us last time. Let's go and beat them. Let's go and show them why we deserve to be on their level. Even though we aren't at the moment, but still. Here is Pedro. Mario Gasper. Gardner, brilliant tackle. Plays it into Rekic. Now into Mishu. Oh, he's been caught on the ball, and that is so disappointing. You could see it happening. And it's 11 for the season for Pedro. And again, another player who's just too good for this league. But That's all due to a mistake from Mishu. It was good by Gardner, but we should have just cleared it. We should have just got rid of it into, you can see here we've got Brown in so much space who should have been passed to, really, and maybe it's that inexperience from Mishu and Rekic as well, who just dawdled on the ball, and Colin, terrible header away. Here is low, and it was very, very poor clearance, and yeah. Well, it was nice being in the game for about 5 minutes, but we're now 3-1 down due to João Pedro, and it's all due. What is that clearance by Brian? Terrible clearance, and then nobody gets out to Mario Gaspar. Nobody's marking João Pedro. Terrible, terrible defending against players that are just, you can't give these players who are clearly, what are you doing? Who are clearly, very, very good, so much space, and you can't mess about with the ball, which we just keep doing, just messing about with it. We really are, and it's just not good enough, really. We should be getting it up the pitch, not trying to pass it about for no reason. Here's Rekic, now Longelo. He's probably going to get dispossessed if he's unlucky here, and Puri is the one that gets dispossessed, and now they play a long ball forward. Rekic deals with it well, however Gardner just stands there and lets João Pedro get to the ball, and now João Pedro's in. He's literally 2 passes. That took 2 passes, whereas we pass it around for about 5 minutes and then give it away. I mean, it's not good enough, really. Not good enough at all. Ball in, headed away by Chong. Mishu will get there. However, he's not having a great game either, as he gets easily tackled by Lowe. And we'll go attacking, why not? We'll bring on Sombalonga. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do that. And we'll bring on Long at right back as well. Actually, a better thing would be to put Brian. I swear he can play left back. That's a shame. What about Rekic? Can you play out there? You can. That'd be better then. And we'll bring on Patino and Jordan James in the midfield. Make a couple of changes because the game is basically over for us. I doubt we'll go and get another goal or 2. And it is a shame. We've not played bad in this game. We really haven't. 14 shots, 6 on target. We've fought really well in this game. However, when you're coming up against a team like them, you've got to keep hold of the ball, and that is what we didn't do. We didn't keep hold of the ball well enough, and yeah, no wonder we lost.